Good early afternoon, my friends. It is August 4th, 2021, and we have our ducks in a row, so to say. And just take a look at this tweet. If you thought we weren't breaking any records because things have been quiet, look at this. This year, there was no named Atlantic activity between July 10th and August 3rd. The last time that happened was 2009. So we are about to enter Act 3 of this hurricane season. The first act being pretty active, getting all of us on our toes, and then a complete ghosting of the Atlantic Ocean took place. And as we posted 3 days ago, that magical August 1st date comes into play, and look at our charts now. We are dealing with 3 separate invests right now. More specifically, a single invest with 2 other potential invests. But the point here is that the western coast of Africa is going to be a producer. And very quickly, I got to give Stephanie Abrams of the Weather Channel a shout out for liking my rainbow picture tweet. I send the Weather Channel pictures probably on a daily basis, and I actually get retweeted pretty often from these guys. So keep an eye out for that. Stephanie Abrams, thank you so much. But we're going to go over all 3 of those invests, quote unquote invests, because all 3 have a chance to become a storm, but chances are one of those 3 will more than likely survive and actually become a storm. But look at these numbers. So we're talking from this date moving forward, August 4th update. You can see right here, we are still projected to have another 15 to 21 named storms. That's anything above a tropical depression, 7 to 10 hurricanes, which is anything above 74 miles an hour, and then 3 to 5 major hurricanes. And just so we don't get the criteria confused here, for those of you that don't actually know, a major hurricane is a term utilized by the National Hurricane Center for hurricanes that reach maximum sustained 1-minute surface winds of at least 111 miles per hour, which is then equivalent to a category 3, 4, and or a 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, which looks like this. All these numbers and colors you see in front of you are very important, and as the season goes on, I will explain this every time it needs to be explained. But again, a major hurricane is anything from a category 3 and bigger. As of the posting of this video, we've only had one official hurricane this season. That was Hurricane Elsa, which reached category 1 strength. Every other name was a tropical storm at most. Again, keep in mind, 15 to 21 named storms are still projected from this point moving forward, so we could easily get through all the rest of our 21 names that we start the season with, and once again, for the second year in a row, move into an alternate set of names, which actually caused a lot of people to be more confused than ever about hurricane season and the names that we use and why we use them and what determines a name. So we're going to try to skip past all that and focus on the data at hand. And that's really not to fear all of these things going on, because we don't know that all of these are going to become storms, but the idea and the point we're trying to make here is that the western coast of Africa, once this time of year hits, is really dangerous. It produces these storms that have all this momentum and time, and that alone should be the overall warning to at least people in the United States that it is hurricane season. We shouldn't have to wait until we have a category 3 or 4 storm. So we have all these things lined up and all this data available to us, so we know obviously hurricane season is when you should be prepared for hurricanes. There should be absolutely no excuse why people are unprepared, especially if you live in the southeast, in the Gulf states, or specifically on the East Coast where these storms go to. This is why things like having a plan for you and your family and supplies set aside, this isn't something you have to spend your life savings on. You can acquire it over time and just have these extra things in the event that you have to prepare and move your family or leave an area that you live because of a hurricane. Not only do we have the technology now to follow storms that already exist, but we have these right here. Even if they are wrong, it's better to be safe than sorry, and to at least know that even if there isn't a specific storm heading towards you, the conditions are there that a storm could form and become an issue within just a few short days. We've seen it happen with less. All right, and since you guys sat through all my blabbering, I'm actually going to explain these 3 areas right here, one of which is actually important. The other 2, really not so much. So you're kind of getting a bunch of stuff thrown in your face that shouldn't worry you too much right now. And if one of these do turn into a storm, we're talking about another 7 to 10 days before this thing would even have any sort of landfall on the US. And I'm going to show you that on Tropical Tidbits. And all you have to do is focus right down here on the west coast of Africa. You're going to see all 3 of these potential invests pop up. And one thing I want to be clear on is we only have one official invest 91L. And what's even better now is they have updated the chart. So now we are looking at the actual cyclone Invest 91L, it has separated itself to a 40% chance of cyclone formation over the next 5 days. So don't get confused with the X up here with 0% or the second disturbance with the 20%. We are focusing on this one right here because as of now, the GFS is showing that the one in orange is the one that's going to survive and become a fairly large storm if this all stays as is. And that's really as far as I'm going to take it for here. I don't want to get too far into predicting a major hurricane. As you all know, I don't like doing that. I like sharing the data we all have available together to analyze, but you can clearly see the wave would be right here now. If I backtrack, the orange disturbance at 40% chance is the one that survives. The other two do not, and that is currently why you're seeing this one getting upticked, because it's coming off the western coast of Africa as we speak. There's a chance for an already developing system to become a cyclone. That's why it's got the 20% chance, but chances are what you just saw and what you're seeing on your screen now is what's more than likely going to happen, or a different version of this. My friends, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Once again, sorry it came out a little late. We are getting better at the timing. We'll get there, I promise. Please also check out the sky phenomena video I uploaded yesterday. It's getting a lot of attention lately, especially in that community. If you're into that type of stuff, I suggest you go watch it. Try to help me figure out what we're looking at in that video. So I hope you're all safe right now. Any questions or concerns, please leave down in the comment section. Shout out to Canada, and I'll be back a little later on. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all, and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.